Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Now, as you've seen, we've just unloaded this E46 330ci off of the car trailer. It's actually owned by our old man. If you don't know, David and myself are actually brothers. And like a lot of people, we get our car passion from our father, and he has recently had the urge to do something with an E46 coupe. Now, he would love to do it with an M3, but unfortunately they have sort of skyrocketed in price lately. So this is the car that he's decided to buy to turn into his version of an E46. So at this point in time, he's planning to get it handling well, maybe some brake upgrades, get it revving, see what we can do with the engine to get some power out of it. But it should be a pretty cool project, and it's definitely something that we wanted to sort of document on the channel as well. Now, with the car, unfortunately, he only had a very quick look at it about 10 minutes ago, 2 days ago. Sorry, for about 10 minutes, 2 days ago. He hasn't really driven it. It was a bit of a good buy. And I say that because you don't really have a lot to choose from if you want a 330ci. But we really don't know how good of a car it is at this point in time. We've just got off the trailer. Let's get it up in the shed. We'll have a look on the hoist and we'll take it for a drive shortly. But to give you a quick rundown, it is a 2004 model SMG car. Well, apparently these aren't actually an SMG, but it does have the SMG shifter. But yeah, it's Imola red. I mean, what more could you want from an E36 coupe? And, oh, we got the vicious guard dog. Yeah, it is an SMG car, Imola red on black leather. And bizarrely, it's actually got the M3 shifter fitted, which means it's not going to work properly. It's also got the M3 steering wheel. So let's see if we can get it up the back. And it did start. We'll see if we can get it up the back and have a look at it underneath and see what it is, because there's some things wrong with it. There's some interesting things. I'll show you when we get up to the shed. Well, let's have a look underneath. What's your initial thoughts, Dave?
It's incredibly clean.
It's got new control arms. Oh, new sway bar link pins.
Looks like there's a few new goodies actually.
New ball joints on the steering. Huh. Yeah, someone's been spending some money on it. It's a bit weird that he didn't want to sell it with a roadworthy though. I wonder why. That actually looks alright. Yeah, we wanted to put it up on the hoist, really just make sure it was safe before we take it down the road. It was a bit of a unusual sale. Exhaust still looks pretty clean.
Yeah, it all looks original as well, but it's got a bit of a rumble. Maybe that's just these 3-litre M54s. I was expecting to see maybe a muffler changed or something, but
it's interesting. And this gearbox, it's an SSG, not an SMG, which basically means it's rubbish, and it's going to need a different gearbox, unfortunately. I may have told our old man that you can just put a clutch pedal and a shifter on these, thinking it was the same gearbox as a E46 M3, but after he told me he's decided to buy it, I did a quick bit of research and found out that it's not the same. But something to work on. Should be a fun little project car. Everything, I think we need to give everything a bit of a prod with a ball joint, with a pry bar, just make sure there's no weird play in anything. Has got cats in the headers, that's no good. All in all, well, it's supposed to have done 110,000 Ks, and I think it actually looks like it.
yeah, I believe it after looking underneath.
Cool, it does sound good. It's not an LSD, is it?
It's definitely not an LSD, but I've never seen one not spin the other side. Oh, there you go. Okay, spinning now. And
there's not a lot of resistance on it.
It's incredibly open. Is that normal? Do you know?
I've never seen a diff that open.
Yeah, now it's not spinning again, so now it's...
Tail shaft is spinning on it. It's all working. Alright, bring it down, we'll have a look under the bonnet. So we've got a bit of quality grille action. Luckily I know someone that knows where to get them. Ooh. There is a lot of stick-on carbon fibre that's going to have to be removed. But let's have a quick look under the oil cap. Apparently this was checked the other day. Yeah, sure looks good. It's only been running for a few seconds, but there's coolant in there. You can see someone's checked it recently because it's spilt down. Can't really smell coolant too bad. I will check the oil in a moment. Now this is the nasty bit. If you've made it this far into the video, please leave your comments below. Apparently the previous owner was having an issue with the thermofan not working, and he's wired it in with a house light switch, which is broken, using all red wires for both earth and positive. Oh wow, and he was just clipping it into the oh my god. Check out that. Oh, and it's shorted out. No wonder he's had problems. Okay, so we can't drive it too far at the moment because the thermofan is faulty, or something is wrong with the thermofan. It's probably a fuse, but that is... Did you see the wiring, Dave?
I actually did, yeah. It's impressive, right?
Wow.
I'll never forget there's more wires like this on both the headlights.
What? Oh, it's got aftermarket angel light. Is that what they're for?
Yeah.
So it's like he's put the rings in and then never wired it up. Wow, getting someone else's pride and joy is always a bit of excitement. But again...
Look at that. It's mounted the pod filter just by wrapping the wiring harness around the...
Oh, wow.
It's incredible. Literally all of that weight and force as you rock the engine.
Okay, that's going to get changed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive it like that. Quality. I think Phil did say he got the original airbox, but I kind of like the sound of a pod. Apart from someone who's done some recent modifications to it, it actually looks pretty good. Underneath is very tidy. Oh, Imola red, love it. It actually looks like a really tidy car.
It does, doesn't it? Genuinely, other than these recent additions with the matte black guard flashes and all this stuff. And did you see the D badge as well?
No.
How?
Nice, you couldn't spend the $10 and got another one from eBay? I'd like a carbon rear diffuser.
That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
I think it's got some potential. We're going to have some fun working with this thing. I think it's ready. Should we take it for a drive and actually see if it will go up and down the road?
I'm interested to see how this 3-litre goes with that weird SMG gearbox.
Let's take it for a drive. Actually, we'll get the trade plate. We'll do it legally.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Dave. So we gave it a bit of a wash. And I've got another camera angle because we peeled the carbon trim off. Doesn't it look a lot better?
It looks a lot better.
We've de-childed the interior, but we've still got to work out what's going on with this because that doesn't do anything.
Literally does nothing.
Didn't even show them. My mistake. All right, let's take a quick drive. So we've got a bit of an issue because it doesn't have a working thermofan.
It has a light switch though.
It does have a light switch, but we'll just try and give it a bit of a run. It's not quite at running temperature. I'll just show them where we're sitting, and we'll show them where it is when we get back. So that's what we're at the moment. We're in neutral. I've got an oil light.
That light is the low oil, isn't it?
Orange. Oh, it is.
I checked the dipstick and it was nearly full.
Okay.
Oh, it's out.
Oh, we fixed it. And this is our father's vehicle, so we have to be sort of gentle with it. Steering does feel funny. I'm just going to let it shift. Okay, no, it's in manual mode.
It's in manual. try auto mode.
How do you get it in auto? Bang! Didn't even know the stick went that way. Okay.
See how it acts, how it performs.
Unless you know what I bet it was? I bet it was shifting from second to first.
Very possible. Oh, that's a slow gear change. That is a slow gear change.
Oh, wow.
That is... So it's basically like the E60 M5 SMG in stage 1 all the time.
It feels very, very laggy. We're into 4. To be fair, the shifts are smooth.
They're very smooth, yeah.
But they are slow.
The motor's torquey as well. 4th gear coming up that hill. That felt pretty nice.
It did. You may have noticed it has actually got E46 M3. Well, it's an E46 M3 steering wheel with paddles, but they don't work. So that's good.
Just more brilliant modifications from the previous owner.
Yeah. Now, I think I mentioned it in the intro to this video. Our father is planning to it just scraped.
It's a bit weird. Why the hell is it scraping? At stock ride height.
Need to work out what these wheels are. Oh, so anyway, before you go on to that, our father does want to modify it a bit, so he wants to...
Big turbo, not really.
Nah, we wish you'd do it.
We're trying to convince him to...
Supercharger or something, something exciting. But yeah, he wants to do a few things to it, just to make it a bit more of an old school modified car, if that makes sense. So sound a bit better, rev a bit better.
Yeah, some higher revs, and also good handling.
We're in fifth. It's all pretty smooth.
I'd say the suspension's pretty stiff. I don't know if that's normal.
It is actually, it's not.
That's my second. Oh. I'm in a very strange position.
Yeah, this is very gangsterly.
Don't mind me.
I'm going to try some manual shifting.
Yep.
So we're in first. Are we ready?
Hit it, Pedro.
So that's interesting.
Oh, crikey.
Oh, dude, it's not bad.
It's
actually.
torquey, isn't it?
Just way. That's a crazy feel. Oh, the scraping! This must have too big a tyres on it or something.
Yeah, that's way too much scraping.
And it pulls well.
It pulls great. Oh man, these are a good motor.
They are. I'm quite impressed with it. It actually feels quite good. Sticks to the road quite well. The scraping's bad.
Yeah.
So we need to work out what wheels these are, because I don't think they're E46 wheels.
I don't think so.
If you guys know actually what they are, let us know, because we're trying to work out what style they were, and they look a bit like an F10 wheel, but I'm not sure.
They're only 17, so I wouldn't have thought any late model BMW would have a 17, but they're quite wide for an E46. So if you do know, please let us know. The only thing it's weird, when you were booting it then, it was going really well, but then you grab a gear and it just takes forever to change.
Yeah, well I think we've got an issue with, better turn that down, it's quite loud. We'll make sure the AC works. Oh, actually work the fan. Funny buttons. I think we got an issue with this shifter because it's the M3 one, it doesn't have the sport option. I'm just going to gas it again. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible at all, it's quite nice.
But
those shifts are slow though. Like
it's no ZF automatic, that's for sure.
Well, even with an SMG, when you're a normal SMG, so a proper SMG, an M car, when you're up it, and you shift gear near the red line, they're vicious, they're quick, they're not smooth, but they're very quick.
Yeah, it's not a slow, well it is a slow shift, but it's not,
it's smooth.
Yeah, it's like I can't explain, it's like you're trying to drive quickly but gently.
Yeah, it's not a race shift.
Should we see if it does a spinny?
I think you have to, yeah. Way.
She does a little drift on the grass. Alright.
Winston was impressed.
I think it's actually, mechanically it's quite good. We need to work out what's going on with that shifter, because I don't like that it's got the wrong shifter. I'll show you guys the temp. So we've got no thermofan, and we've come back with
a little bit of drifties.
At the right running temperature. I didn't want to run it for too long, but I think that's all right. Aircon is not cold.
No, there is absolutely no cold gas coming out of there.
All right, I'll turn it off there. Let's have a quick walk around. Well, I've got to say, Dave, it's not bad.
I reckon that is a genuinely good car.
There's a hell of a lot of potential there. Now, what was scraping? Was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's taken the already.
So it's got 255 4017s on it, and they are a 17-inch wheel. I reckon that's an F10, but I'm really not sure.
I couldn't see an F10 having a 17, but I could be wrong.
To be fair, their starts pretty well for a factory wheel.
Better than OEM, yeah.
They must be sticking out too much. I might need some guard rolling. Not sure if it's going to stick with those wheels anyway. He really wants a bit of a semi-old school motorsport vibe. Man,
something with some dish.
Let's have a quick look underneath, see if there's any coolant spritting out. Oh, there's some fresh coolant. Oh, okay. Well, something to check. This radiator hoses and caps all look a bit dodgy.
It does, doesn't it?
We've got to sort out his wiring. Got to get the thermofan working. We've got some things to do. First thing we need to do, I'm pretty confident once we get some rear tyres on it that are the right size and roadworthy, it'll be good for roadworthy with the thermofan fixed. So we'll get that done for him, let him drive it around for a bit. And what do you guys think he should do? So Probably not going to go straight for a turbo kit, but
unless you know, unless you comment turbo it.
Unless you turbo it a lot. But yeah, let us know good things you can do to an E46 330. So it's the M54. It's got stock headers. It's got full stock exhaust system.
Yeah,
so
lots of cats in there.
if you think it's worth getting onto that, but yeah, old school type of tuning. That's what he's into. And I think we're going to end it off here. But yeah, you will see a lot more of this car on the channel, and hopefully you might see it with a manual in the not too distant future.
Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.